Welcome back, party people. It's another episode of the Reformed Party Girls podcast. It's your girl, Kay.
And I'm Ray, and this is a podcast where we share a journey from the wild nights out, drinking, partying, sex, drugs, and rock and roll to a calmer, more mindful life in sobriety.
God, life is a fucking ride.
Yes.
So, Ray and I met up last week, like we do every week, to record episodes for our podcast. And the vibe was just so off. Like, I woke up and I was not feeling it. So when she came to grab me, I was like, let's go sit on a patio.
Yeah, have some lunch.
And
we'll record afterwards, which never happened.
It never happened. Yeah, I don't know if it was like being peopled out or just like my energy wasn't there. I was tired. I was kind of grumpy, and I didn't really have anything to talk about, which is weird because I have so much to talk about today.
Yeah, that's how I felt too, and it was kind of interesting how we were both in like this funk
at the same time.
And like after on the way back, because we were planning to record the podcast after lunch, and on the way back, Kaylee's like, well, should we just skip it today?
Yeah, right?
And in my head, I was thinking, oh, yes. Like, I was kind of hoping she would say that because, like, I didn't want to do it either. So it was so weird.
It's so funny because I've had moments like that. Like Mac and me went to go watch a hockey game at the Pint, and, like, we both sat down and we both looked at each other and we're like, why are we here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, should have gone home. He was like, well, I was waiting for you to be like, I don't want to go. And I was like, well, I was waiting for you to be like that. Yeah. It also just shows, like, too, like, you know what? Like, if you're not feeling up to it, like, I feel like that's better to tell your friends than kind of, like, wait it out, right? Yeah. And, you know, like, in all honesty, there's, like, no guilt or, like, feeling bad about it. But things have changed. Complete 180. I'm feeling it this week. I'm feeling it.
But before we catch up, and also back to that funk we were feeling, we're both like, fuck, like, I just want to do all the drugs. I want to drink all the alcohol. Like, these cravings for everything just hit us both so hard. I don't know if it's because summer is here. It was a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. It was like Saturday. Patios were open. Like, we went and sat on a patio, and, like, it was just, my body was telling me, like,
and, like, there was a bachelorette party happening. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's so fun. I remember doing that.
Yeah. Like, well, and we were talking, like, the entire time about just, like, wanting to, like, fucking go. Like, I'm like, I was like, do I say, like, do we get a bag? Like, like, will that make us talkative? Like, will that, like, I was like, do I do it? Like, I don't know. Like, it was, the one I ended up, like, coming home and, like, just doing, honestly, nothing. But my body was, like, not having it.
Speaking of which, you said you were going to hit up Pete. Did you end up hitting him up or no?
No, I didn't. I messaged him. I have a weird inkling because, like, right, we talked about my ex Pete. Like, we dated for, like, 3-4 months, like, 10 years ago maybe. And Pete a couple times a year will message me, and I'm just, like, really good at ghosting him. But I think the tables have turned. I actually have a slight inkling, and this happens when you're a single girl, but, like, you can maybe tell when someone's in a relationship.
Oh.
Right?
You think he's dating someone?
Like, I'm like, the fact that, like, I was like, Pete, like, let's fucking bone, like, let's go. And, like, we were dirty talking and stuff, but, like, he usually invites me over, like, that night, like, let's go. And the fact that hasn't happened, and also the fact that, like, I haven't really talked to Pete much since then. Yeah. Makes me think, like, oh, maybe he has someone in his life.
Maybe.
I mean, good for him.
Yes.
Like, good for him. But I was like, oh, whap, whap. Okay. But speaking of Pete, that just reminds me, she's back, everybody. Kaylee is back. Killer K is in full fucking drive. Like,
tell me, what does that mean?
Hands off the steering wheel. So, I mean, a few episodes ago, I think I was talking about how I'm asexual and I don't think I would ever have sex again.
Yeah.
And, not true. Not true. I think that's a part of maybe getting sober and, like, not drinking alcohol, and I'm coming out of, like, a really bad relationship and healing, is that you close yourself off so much.
Yeah.
Because you've opened up. and you've poured yourself into other people, and you've let your love be out there, and, you know, in return, you've just been so hurt that you kind of like do the opposite and you protect yourself so much by building a shield that you forget who you are, essentially. I know, like, for myself, when I was with Oakland, I started off like such a free spirit. I started off like he knew exactly who I was and what I liked to do, and he knew the stories about me, and I was okay with that. I had no shame. There was no shame and no guilt in like my sex drive and my free spirit in the way I wanted to be. But as our relationship developed, you know, who I was a big problem for him, and who I was started to be a thing that he would throw in my face. And I think after like the 2 years of on and off and just the emotional abuse of it, he had convinced myself that I was bad and wrong for wanting to do all these things. So when I got out of it, you know, my sex drive and things I like to do, I thought were wrong and dirty and bad. And it's so crazy, like, how you can let another person convince you that you're not who you are.
Yeah.
And, like, guilt and shame is, like, such a hard feeling and really, really hard to get out of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, would you say I'm a confident person?
Yes.
Right?
So it's wild to hear that coming
Right?
from you. Like, there's no way anyone can change Kay.
I
Like,
know, and like I really let him do that to me. I mean, my sister, I always talk about how close we've gotten and how great she's been at talking with me, because you know, she was just like, things will change. You're just still healing. Like, you're putting your walls up, and she's like, it'll get better, and you'll find yourself. And it's crazy how, like, as time has gone by, that I'm starting to realize it, and my shine is coming back. And you know, it's crazy how you like manifest something, because, you know, last week I was like, I'm craving a bit of chaos.
Yeah.
I just wanted to dip my toes in
Yeah,
it.
that's what you were saying. Like, I just want to have one night to just let it all loose and
Yeah.
just do everything.
And the universe gave me an entire week,
Woo!
right? A whole
I gotta
week.
hear all about it.
Okay, so we're going to call him Big Al. We met him at Wicked Woods.
Yeah.
We talk about, like, the core little family we kind of met. And we kind of hung out the last day we were there, and he got my number. And when we came back from Wicked Woods, he came to my work a couple times to just like hang out and visit. And he's been in an on and off relationship too, so I think, you know, like I do with Pete, every time you're like in it and you need a little attention, I was just like a message away. But I haven't heard from him, probably like 9 months, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe a little less, but Wicked Woods was almost a year ago,
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, out of the blue, I just get a hey, what's going on? And I was like, oh, okay. And like, Pete's dried up. I'm like, okay, let's do
Dried
it.
up.
Yeah, Pete's all dried up. Like, I'm like, all right, like I'm feeling this. I'm starting to feel good about myself. So I was planning to hang out with him. So I got a couple friends together, as you usually do when you're a little shy and you're like not ready for
that one-on-one.
yeah, because you're like, I'm awkward, you're awkward. You don't really know each other yet. So I invited a few of my old coworkers out that I haven't seen in a long time, and we went and did trivia and karaoke, which was a ton of fun. Like, I've been out kind of like to the bar a few times. Like, we were out at that rave, and I like can't say like I had like the time of my life, right? Mm-hmm. Like, where it was like, I wasn't thinking about going home in the back of my mind, but you know, the non-alcoholic beers were flowing, the laughs were had. It was really, really great. He came back to my place. We didn't have sex. We actually haven't had sex this entire week.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had like the best week of my life. Was zero sex with this person.
Interesting. Okay, I can't wait to hear more.
But it brought me back. Okay, yeah, family. This is where you stop listening.
Yeah.
we're getting into it again. But it was just, I just sucked his dick, and then just some like butt and ball stuff, right? Like, so
Did he ask you to do the butt and
yeah,
ball
he
stuff?
did. Yeah,
Interesting.
and like it ignited in something in me, like some old K stuff, because like I'm a freak. I love that.
Yeah.
And I've really like been able to like dissect, which we'll get to at the end here, but like dissect my kink and what gets me off.
Yeah.
And I kind of like really just discovered what it is. But it was fun. I get off on that. I'm a big people pleaser. Like like after he was done, like he came on my face. I loved it.
Yeah.
I love feeling dirty and gross. And I was like, oh, because we look at it, since my relationship, I had one hookup with a guy at the bar that I met at the Pint. And it was like a 30-second pump and over. And I was like, ugh, no, thank you. And then it was sleep apnea guy. So, yeah, we all know how that one went. And then it was, the Virgin in Cuba. And so this was the first time where I felt like I got something out of it. And it wasn't like I enjoyed it. I was like, oh my God, I do enjoy sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so convinced that I was not ever gonna have sex again,
Yeah.
and right, like I was like being like, no, no,
Fuck
and,
man, fuck sex.
yeah, and now I'm like, ooh, I suck a dick and lick an asshole, and I'm fucking like ring like I'm ready to go. So next morning happens, and we're talking, and like I had a good time. I had a good time with Big Al, but you know what? Like, definitely, like, the fucking chemistry, I did not feel it there. And he messaged me, and he was like, you know what? I'm actually kind of into one of your friends you brought. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, go for it. Like, here's your number. Like, I'm not looking for anything tied down.
Yeah.
I am just now dipping my toes into, like, dating and
Yeah.
having sex again and,
Yeah.
like, having fun. Like,
Yeah.
I want to have fun, no strings attached. Also coming out of like the relationship with Oakland, where I was never a very jealous person, but Oakland was so insecure, and he is very jealous that
Yeah.
like that sort of stuff, and he cheated on me, and like using other people and giving other people attention in a relationship and outside of a relationship was used like a weapon between me and him. Like, I would try and make him jealous, and he would try and make me jealous, and it was so toxic and bad, and really not to the core of like who I am, because I'm not that kind of person, and he really made me that. And I was like, for sure. So gave him her number. He's doing whatever he wants with it, like, for sure. But what I found with Big Al, and I think kind of what is sparking this really awesome friendship, you guys, I did it. I said I was going to make one from this summer. I've done it. It's May.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kate.
Good job.
I did it. Is that like, we're not looking for that. I don't know if it's because he's not attracted to me that we're not having sex, but I think we just found like, the sweet spot that's working for us.
Yeah.
That, like he's kind of having a rough go, and he's getting out of like a pretty toxic relationship, and I think I'm a good distraction and maybe like a friend he needs. And what I'm getting out of this relationship is like it's igniting my sex drive and like bringing back to life like a part of me that I had like really, really hidden away, right?
Yeah.
So it's working. So we've kind of like hung out every day.
Holy shit.
Every day until yesterday.
Wow.
Really, yeah.
What do you guys do?
So all the days are blurred together. The day we were on the patio, I messaged him and I said, hey, Ray and I are out. Like, do you want to come join us?
Yeah.
He was out camping in the mountains, so he didn't
Okay.
get the text until Sunday. And then on Sunday, when he finally got it, he's like, hey, I'm coming into town. Do you want to fuck? And we didn't, but he was like, let's bang. And I was like, sure. So he came over and hung out that night. And again, just like hang out at my place and just kind of like lie in my bed and like talk to each other.
So why didn't you fuck?
Because he doesn't want to fuck me.
So why does he say that then?
I don't know. It was just that one time. I think it, because that was still early on. It was kind of before we realized that we're not going to have sex with each other. And then he invites me out to his friends to watch hockey. I'm a big Oilers fan. And I love to cook. I got, like, right, my circle has been so small that I was like, oh my gosh, I have the opportunity to meet new people.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. I love to cook. I made some, like, pork sliders. I brought him over.
Oh, hell yeah.
His friends were really, really nice. Like, I had an absolute blast. And then that night, I went and stayed over at his place.
Oh.
We didn't bang.
Like nothing?
Nothing. No, like, didn't even suck his dick that day. Like, no, we had like a friend sleepover.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even think there was any cuddling or snuggling. I don't know. And then, like, cooks me breakfast. We go out and do a couple stuff, like some running around. Cooks me lunch.
Fuck yeah.
Drives me to my place. Then I suck his dick. Oh, yeah. But, again, like, it's ignited something, like, my kink and something in me. Because, right, like, we've talked about on, like, the Sexcapades episode, like, I have freaky, like, right? That's how I know Daddy Steve down in the States, right? Like,
yeah.
Right? Like, I like it, like, okay, I don't think I've said this on here, but I'm ready to. So, Oakland would pee on me.
Really?
Yeah! I'm, like, really excited about it. And I really love, like, spit stuff. So my kink, which I've, like, really, like, looked into now is, like, I've psychoanalyzed this a lot. But I really get off of being, like, degraded.
Okay.
And felt like that I'm a people pleaser. So I get off on pleasing someone else. And I enjoy feeling... like, it's, like, not the right word, but it's, like shit. Like, I love being called, like, a dirty little whore and, like, that I'm fucking gross and, like, disgusting and, like, right? Like, getting spit on and smacked around and, like, pissed on. Like, I enjoy that. Is it great?
Go back to the peeing. So how does that work? You guys fuck and then he pees on you afterwards? I need to know more details.
Kind of like just like water sports. Like, so, well, like the time Oakland and I did it, like, I think we were just like super high on cocaine like the first time it happened. So, you know, like it's kind of hard for either one of you to get off and you're just kind of like fucking for like
forever.
Yeah, for like who knows how long. And you're like, ah. But, yeah, like he grabbed like this tube and I was like fucking piss in my mouth. And he like put the tube in my mouth and pissed through the tube. Then he would just like spray me and cover me. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I mean, to each their own.
To each their own.
I couldn't do that, but you do you, girl.
Yeah. So what I've like analyzed, like about my kink is, you know how they say like Freud and all your like sexual fantasies are like deep rooted in your like childhood trauma about your parents.
Yeah.
So this probably will surprise everyone, but I don't have daddy issues because I never had a dad in my life to hurt me, but I did have a mentally ill, drug addicted mother that was really, really kind and sweet, but was also the meanest, most manipulative person I have ever met. Like, there's Oakland, and then there's my mom. And I realized, like, my mom used to make me feel like shit. But all I ever wanted in my entire life, and still do, and I think it's why I work so hard and I am who I am, is I've always wanted to make her proud. Like, I've always just wanted to make her look at me and make her proud. And it's kind of like the toxic cycle where it's like, you know, the more my mom would get mad at me or make me feel like shit, the more I would want to please her.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the lower she made me feel, the harder I wanted to work because I wanted to prove to her that I was worthy of her love.
Yeah, interesting.
And so now, as an adult, when I'm, you know, with a partner, with a person, I'm craving kind of like that low and high, where it's like I want to feel so low and degraded because when I get my reward, which is the person I'm with coming, that's my high, because I've just achieved, I've just made them happy.
Yeah.
And then that for me gets me off.
I feel like you'd be a great submissive, like,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
a dominatrix
Right?
type deal.
That's it, right? Like, and that's my kink. So kind of what's like working out with me and Big Al is like, he's not giving me the sex, right? Like, he's giving me what I want, like, when it comes into, like, the bedroom aspect, where I'm solely giving to him and making him feel good and getting him off, which is, like, rewarding me in the end, right? So it's, yeah.
If you haven't noticed by now, Kay is the wild one of the two. If it hasn't been clear by now.
But even better, like, with this, like, new friendship, again, it's been a whirlwind of a week, is, like, he wants to, like, right, like, he's into one of my friends I introduced him to.
Yeah, and she's not interested in him,
No,
correct?
but I have lots of friends. So we're kind of at the point, because the day after, like, our sleepover, he like, talks about his friend, and his friend has, like, this giant cock, fucking huge. And I'm like, well, can I have your friend's number? And his friend came over and banged me.
What? Okay, tell me more. Go from the beginning. How did it start?
Yeah, okay, so Tuesday night, go watch the Oilers game. Meet his friends. I didn't honestly actually pay attention to this one. I'm really, really attracted to, like, white guys. Mm-hmm. And his friend is, like, French and I would think, like, brown. Like, he's brown.
Okay.
But he's got a fucking hong schlong on him. Like, I'm saying, like it's thick and it's big.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, holy fuck. Holy fuck is right. So the next day, this was after our sleepover, he came over on Thursday. We were gonna go to his friend's house to watch the hockey game again, and I invited his friend Devin over to pick me up instead of Big Al.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna get your friend to pick me up instead.
Yeah.
And he's like, good girl, like, go get fucked.
Yeah.
Like, right? So, like, he's having a great time, like, setting me up.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best. I can introduce him to people,
Yeah.
but I can't seal the deal. I think
That's
guys have
right.
it harder.
Yeah.
I think guys have it a little hard. All you have to do is be like, hi.
Yes.
And then they'll have sex with
Yeah.
me. Except for with Big Al for some reason. But, yeah, like, it was good. Like, I haven't been stretched like that in a really long time. The sex was, like, vanilla, right? So, and I even told him, like, his friend's like, oh, you're so gorgeous, you're so pretty, I love looking at you, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I told Big Al, I'm like, oh, like, instant ick off, right? Like,
not your thing.
no, because I'm looking for someone to, like,
Call you a whore, and dirty little bitch.
Whore, yeah. Drink my piss, you fucking slut.
You should have said it to him. Be like, don't say that. Call me a fucking whore.
Right, I
like,
do.
something.
But, like, so then, and then he drives me, and,
Where'd this happen?
he came here, and we had sex here.
Okay.
And then we went to go watch hockey at his friend's place. Big Al was there, a couple of other people that I'd met on the Tuesday. And this is kind of where, like, the adventure starts. So, okay, I'll maybe, like, give you guys a little detail of, like, what's going on in his life and why he texted me. Mm-hmm. So,
Big Al?
Yeah, Big Al. So, also, like, maybe why his freak is matching my freak a little bit. Mm-hmm. And just timing's been good. So, he's been in, like, an on and off relationship, I think, for the last 4 years with older woman. She's got kids. Total smoke show. Fake lips. Great ass.
You seen photos of her?
Yes, he loves
Okay.
to. Yeah, he loves to show me all these beautiful girls. Yeah. But the story behind it is his best friend, and him used to hang out with his best friend's wife, and they used to do threesomes. Mm-hmm. And then Big Al became Sneaky Al
Oh.
and started seeing the wife behind his best friend's back.
Oof.
And then best friend and wife get a divorce. And then Big Al's with wife now.
Oh, okay.
And then Big Al and wifey like to do threesomes too and like invite the girls. So it's just there's a lot of chaoticness and I think a lot of like toxicity too, right? Like, you know, but that night, since him and his ex, broke up, that's why he messaged me. He invited his ex-best friend, his ex's ex-husband, to come to the watch party. And this friend is like very separate from like the group of people that we were over at. He's like Rig Pig, like he's like Squirrel King. He's like SK.
Okay.
Right? Like if this gives you any
that
idea.
paints a picture.
Yeah, he's like SK. Like he's not interested in the hockey game whatsoever. He's loud. Like everyone's drinking beers. It's a Thursday night. You know.
He's sneaking to the bathroom and doing.
Yeah, yeah. Nikki shows up with like a bottle of fucking rum, like to chug out of the bottle, like, and he's got his fanny pack purse, right? Like. Totally. So he's just like, they're just getting wasted and being loud and like, you know, you can kind of tell that like Big Al's maybe going through it a little bit. But I was like, ooh, chaos. Like, I'm like my nipples got hard. Like they're speaking to me. I'm like, I want whatever is going on here.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kaylee's been a good girl
for over a
year. And I'm like, I smell fun.
Yeah.
But then too, you have to remember I just banged Big Al's friend, and Big Al's friend was like all over me, and I'm like, oh, I just want to hang out with these boys that are fucking messes. Like, like I want to go hang out with them. So, we leave. His friend drives me home, but you know, like drunk idiot 1 and drunk idiot 2 are like fucking gooned out. We like. He shouldn't have drove. I was trying to convince Big Al not to, but his friend doesn't live really far away, and they were talking about driving to White Ave, and I was like, okay, like, why don't you just come over to my place? It's not far. I'll feed you some lasagna I made. You can have some water. You guys can, like, maybe sober up and, like, hang out at my place for a little bit before you go and do something stupid. So then all 3 of them come back to my place. They're loud. They're getting emotional, like... And I was like, ooh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this drama. I'm like sober, right? Like I'm not drinking. I'm like on my non-ouch, just like listening to these 2 guys just like go at it, and right, like it must have been like a hard night because like his friend, like his ex-friend's like, you know, fucking wife stealer and like really, really degrading Big Al, but like I think
so they remained friends after the whole thing.
Yeah. Wow. And like Big Al's just taking it, you know, and like you kind of like where I was, where he's like he feels like the guilt and the shame. He feels like he deserves to be treated that way, which was really, really sad to see, but they, you know, they're ripping out like the blow and like I had the plate, and I have to say this, Big Al was like a real sweetheart that night because it was out there and I'm like, give me some.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, Kaylee.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give me any.
Yeah.
But Nikki's trouble.
Yeah.
So we're all in the kitchen and Nikki goes into the bathroom and he like taps my shoulder and he's like, I left you a pile in the bathroom.
Oh,
right?
shit.
So I'm with Big Al and stuff, and he's like, you know, he knows I don't do that. Like, I've moved away from that stuff because it almost destroyed my life.
Yeah.
But then I had, like, the devil on my shoulder being like, do it. And of course,
so
it's like,
you did it.
It's like 1 a.m. I'm like, I'm in the chaos. Like, this is the drama I've been missing.
Yeah.
And so I do it. And I have to work the next day. Like, all of it is, like, bad ideas, bad flakes. But you know what? I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm having fun. And then we finally leave. They left a couple, like, open beers open. And I'm like, hey, just, like, you guys need to dump this. Like, you need to dump the alcohol or else, like, I will probably drink it. Like, especially now that I've died in the line. And then me being, like, the bad girl I am, like, before they leave, I, like, asked Nikki to leave me more.
Yeah.
And he does. And his number.
Oh, shit.
And he left his number for me. So
what time do you go to bed that day?
I had a really hard time falling asleep. Again, too, when you do blow and you don't drink, which I realize is like you have no way of falling asleep.
Yeah.
Like, at least before you could like maybe drink yourself into oblivion.
And you're still not smoking weed, right?
No, I'm not smoking weed, so I had nothing. So they left at 1:30 a.m. Sorry, neighbors, by the way. And I had to work at 9, so I slept maybe 2 hours.
Ugh.
I did feel like shit. Like there was some guilt to it, but I think for me, it's like it was worth it.
I was gonna say it wasn't.
I was
worth
like,
it.
it was worth it. I had a lot of fun, and again, I like, not like my life has been boring, but like my life used to be like literally that every night. And then when you go to like being quiet and reading a book every day, I'm like, oh,
Just miss it.
yeah, I just miss loud guys and people crying and fighting with each other. So you have to remember, right? I grew up in an incredibly toxic childhood and life. Like, it's been a part of like my life, my entire life, until really just recently. That's why my change has been so big, and I'm so proud of myself, and it's been so great because honestly, like we say, a lot of people never thought I could do this.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't believe I could do it. It's not to say that like I'm about to go like all in and do blow like I used to, where it was like, 5 days a week. The only days I wasn't doing it was because I was probably sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not planning on doing it, but I do think if maybe the occasion comes up, if people have a bag, I might be like, maybe a little. Like if it's 1:00 in the morning and I'm hanging out with friends. So I think my perspective has changed a bit, and I'm less sober and I'm more alcohol free, right? Like when I went into this, I was really into it. I mean, you can see I have a big bag of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Now, like I got a big bag of mushrooms. I was like doing a little bit of that ketamine kind of in the wintertime when I was feeling depressed. So now, honestly, I think just like my view has changed because I think I finally have healed and have control of my life, right? Like I was doing blow and drinking because I was hurt and I didn't want to feel.
Yeah.
And when I did and I didn't do much. I did maybe 2 lines. Like
how did it feel?
It was great. It was amazing. Trigger warning to everyone. Like, that's what drugs do, especially when you're an addict and something like cocaine. It's that, like, instant gratification.
Yeah.
Of course, too, like, when they left, like, they all left at 1:30 and now I'm wired on blow.
Yeah.
I, like, fucking sat in the dark and played, like, games on my phone and, like, masturbated for, like, hours, right? I'm like, it was like that instant moment was, like, great and I got that relief, but then I was like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I do? It's, like, 2:00 in the morning, like, all my neighbors are sleeping, it's a weekday. They get, like, fucking, like, rubbed one out and watch porn for, like, 3 hours and play games on my phone, and I'm like, I have to fucking work.
Oh fuck!
But
How
then,
was work the next day?
You know what? It was good because it was an office day, so I really didn't have to do much. I just had to kind of like reply to emails and I kind of left early.
Oh, okay.
But then Big Al came and picked me up from work.
Okay, nice. Did you tell him that you did blow that
Yeah,
night?
I did. Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah, he didn't really say anything. He was kind of going through his own thing because he had a really rough night.
Yeah, no, sounds like it.
Yeah, his night was rough. Like his night did not end at my place.
I'm surprised they remained friends after that.
Well, he said like when like the divorce happened and he got like they weren't friends, but when him and her broke up, like Big Al and her broke up, he reached out to Nikki.
Oh.
Or maybe Nikki, like it was like someone had said something to someone, but Big Al had ended up apologizing. And they had like ended up going for like a beer or coffee, and so that was it. So it was a very fresh thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he picked me up the next day. He had like an adventure. Him and Nikki ended up getting into a fight, like
like a fist fight.
No, I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
Some sort of fight.
Some sort of fight. And then it was just like feeling like shit. And then he was saying his ex was hitting him up too. And like when we were driving to get the mushrooms, he's like, "Do you want to go over and fuck my ex?" And I'm like, "No, sweetheart, no." I'm like, you are enough chaos for me. You're like a cold little, like dipping my toes into a cold pool. Like you're enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't get me involved in this love fucking triangle. No.
Yeah.
Or else I would never get out again. Literally, if I like did that, all of my hard work I've done in the last year and a half would go down the drain. I'm like, no, you're enough for me.
Do you feel, does it kind of worry you now that you've done cocaine, that you think you might want to do it more and then slowly do it more and more and more? That's my fear myself, because like I've been having that same feeling where I just want to do blow even just for one day, but then I feel like I'll get back into that cycle of, well, maybe this time, and then maybe that time.
Maybe not for me, because like again, coke I really associated with drinking, and I find that because I don't drink, that I have more control over it.
Okay.
Whereas like, once I had a drink in me, I couldn't say no. I do know this, like if I was to get a bag, I wouldn't be able to make that bag last. Like once I had a line, that bag would be finished. But I would be able to the next day not want to buy some.
Yeah.
Whereas like I would be able to be like, no, like I'm good. But again, I can't really say. Another big thing for me is like I have money in the bank. I have money in the bank that I haven't had my entire life.
Yeah.
And I know that's because I quit drinking and doing drugs.
Yeah.
I didn't realize actually how well I was getting paid until I stopped spending all my money. Right? Like blowing $200 a day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't realize like how much it goes. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was my week.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a whirlwind.
It was. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because, like, oh my God, I'm not even done. I thought I was done. I thought this week was over. There's still more. So
Tell me.
yeah, Big Al, after we go and grab the shrooms, he comes over and like, the dude hasn't slept all night. I've already worked my entire work day. Sleeps on my bed. I have like a shower and stuff. We have like, I like to call it a JFK. It's a nap. JFK used to have a 30-minute nap every day. So
okay.
I always like to say I take a quick little JFK. But I like shower and like get cozy and like we have a little snuggle. Nothing sexual happens. We just like spend some time cuddling, talking, laughing.
Yeah.
He heads out, and then that night he invites me over to like a different friend's place for like hot tub.
Oh.
You have to remember, like, we're texting like almost every day. There's some of it that's like real conversation, but like majority of it is like us dirty talking and being like a bunch of like we are both a bunch of fucking perverts.
Yeah.
Me talking about fucking his friends, him talking about fucking my friends, like us talking about so. I say no to the hot tub. I'm coming up like, so I was able to have this crazy week because I haven't been working much.
Yeah.
Because my schedule is very event based, and so there was no event. So I was able to have 4 or 5 days off to kind of do that. But now I'm in work mode, and I was like, didn't really sleep the night before. See, and that's how I know I'm like doing good, because I was able to say no. Because that would have been like night 4, I would have had sex. It would have been, but there would have been blow there. I would have been doing blow, hot tub, all night with boys, probably getting railed, right? So I was able to say no.
Good job.
Thanks. I know, right? So I'm like, okay, I still have that control aspect. But then I like message him, and I'm like, hey, I want to send you guys some videos. Because we were talking about, like, me cam-girling and doing, like, porn and stuff.
You should just do it already.
I wish I could show you my videos I made. I mean, I could. I have no shame at all. I'll send them to you.
I want to see.
But, yeah, so I'm like, hey, what are you and your friend doing? Like, I'm not over there for you guys to bang. Like, you're just, like, being bored. I was like, I'll send you some videos. So I make a squirt video. I do like some anal stuff with my dildos. I like set up my tripod. So I'm messaging Big Al, and then I'm messaging his friend, because he gave me his friend's number to send the videos on. So I'm messaging the both of them, and I'm like, tell me what you want to see. Like, I'm such a dirty girl. Like, call me names, and we're like I mean, these dudes are getting it for free. I honestly,
I was gonna say,
I could make so much money.
Yes, you
I could make so much money.
We're making you an OnlyFans
Oh
after
my God.
today.
We should.
We're doing it. We are doing it, y'all. And once we have her handle, we will send it to you.
Yeah, we'll send it. But that was like kind of the first time in a long time that I did that, and I'm like, fuck, I also love that too, right? And then it's ignited now. Like, Kaylee is back. Because I took those videos and I went, send. My roster's opened up back again.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, ooh, we missed you, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Like,
She's
like,
back, baby. She's back.
But like it, remember with Steve, you asked me like, why aren't you gonna go or why aren't you gonna have him up? And I was like, I'm not feeling like that confident. I didn't feel like having it. And now I'm like, oh, I'm going to LA.
Yeah, Steve.
Daddy Steve is going to take care. I sent him in and he's like, well, when are you fucking coming? Like, stop. Like, he's like, you keep doing this to me.
Yeah.
I've been wanting you to come down to LA with me for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Like, fucking do it already.
Time to plan it.
Time to plan it. Well, and he's like, you'll come down here and I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know you would. I know. I'm like, you'd probably make me some money too. Like, let's go film some videos. Make 10 grand, come back. Oh my God. But yeah.
You'll probably never come back.
My confidence is back and it's been really awesome. So, Big Al, if you listen to this, I just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Big Al.
Thanks for being a friend. Round the corner and back again. Yeah. Cool. That's it.
She's back, baby. She's back. Yeah, and I literally have nothing to add to that because I do the same fucking shit every day. Busy with work. My most exciting thing is, I'm doing a handstand challenge, which is nothing compared to Kay's Wild Week.
Oh yeah, girl. If I could do a handstand, game over. I'd have a ring on my finger.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
Okay, we love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are the Reformed Party Girls podcast. Maybe a little bit more party on this episode, but love you. Bye.
Bye.